As far as injuries go, Clyde got twisted up into the splits. Right now, the x-rays are negative, but we'll just evaluate them as we go. Emmanuel Smith tweaked his hamstring. So that's kind of where we're at right now. The guys that didn't play, I think, about Rimmers with the stinger and or the back pain, that whole deal. And then Darwin Thompson was ill. So, and then Damian Wilson with the knee contusion. So I thought all in all, this is a good football team that we played. We had ups and downs. We had opportunities. There were things where we were just off a tick or on the offensive side. Defensively, I thought we played good football. The last drive, I'd exclude that for, we'd probably like to have a couple of those back, but I just felt like all in all, we started the game fast defensively, and I thought we just bared down on them, and that was impressive, and it carried through really for the 3 quarters and most of the fourth. So I had asked the guys, talk to them just about the four good quarters of football, and when you're playing one of the top defenses in the league offensively, you got to bear down. Everything's not going to be pretty, and so you got to stay with it, trust each other, and go. So I thought we did nice there. Special teams, with the exception of D-Rob's fumble, I thought we did some good things. I mean, he has some good snaps on the offensive side, but probably shouldn't have handled that one right there. So I'm 10 seconds left. So other than that, again, we keep moving. So try to keep moving forward, try to keep getting better as we go. And the bottom line is we won the football game against a good football team. Sean does a heck of a job here. Time's yours.
Let's go first to Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Andy, you may have just referenced this when you kept saying bear down, but you guys are sort of famous for speed and talent and all those things. But I'm just wondering if that toughness that maybe we don't talk about enough, if you needed that to win this particular game.
Yeah, I think so. I felt like that. Just a resiliency, I guess, a mental toughness, and where things just weren't going, whether it was drops or we weren't quite able. We had guys open down the field, we weren't quite able to get to them, and we got linemen playing in different spots and all those things, and not excuses. There's no excuses with it, but there's a point where you just have to bear down, and things are going to happen, and you got to go. And so I thought the guys did a heck of a job of that. They didn't let it bog them down mentally. If they got beat, they got back on the horse and kept going, tried it again. So I appreciated that part, the fight there.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Andy, you were talking about Clyde Edwards-Helaire a minute ago. Just wanted to see exactly what the injury was.
Well, he got stretched. I think you probably saw that where he did the splits, and his leg was sore. Both legs are kind of sore, but he's going in evaluation right now. He already got the X-rays done, and those were negative.
Go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Coach, you obviously had to shuffle up the offensive line for this game. I'm curious. I realize you also want to take a look at the tape before you give an evaluation, but from where you were standing on the sideline, how do you think they did? How do you think they held up?
Well, I mean, listen, we scored points and against a good defensive front. I mean, you're talking about one of the best defensive fronts, if not the best, right there. So statistically, and I thought we ran the ball efficiently, especially the second half, and we threw the ball well, and with the exception of a couple of blitzes they had, they got us on the one at the end there, but we were pretty clean for the most part. There were a couple where they got the quarterback, but fairly clean.
Let's go next to Matt McMullen. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach. Perfect record on the road this season. I know there's no fans in the stands, but still it's hard to go on the road in the NFL and win. What's to say about your team to go perfect on the road this year?
Yeah, listen, I'm proud of them for that. It's different when you're on the road. It's unfamiliar territory. So you go on the road, you still got to crank it up and rally things. And they had a couple people here, but not many. There was probably as much red as there was the black and gold there. So, I thought the guys did a good job.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Andy, just wanted to ask you about drives from the offense when the opponent scores. It seems like that's when you guys are at your best. Obviously, you went 4 for 4 in the red zone to start. Just what do you think makes the difference when you guys respond to a team after they've already scored?
Yeah, Nate, I don't know. I don't know that. I probably call better plays or something, give them better opportunities. So I don't know that. I can't tell you that. I just the way they function with in urgent situations is unique and really doesn't have anything to do with me or anybody else. It's how they go.
Let's go next to Vahe Gregorian. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Andy. I know you'd probably rather have a little more buffer at the end of these games than you have, but now it's 6 wins, last 6 wins by 23 points. At what point do you start feeling like that's a habit and even a sort of a strength that you're developing to be able to close out games?
I don't know. You're not trying to do it for sure, and but you figured this one would be close. It's a good football team, so they're coming off a loss, and so you knew you were going to get their best shot. Like we have with most of the teams that have played us. They've bear down and given us what they've got. So I'm proud of our guys for staying mentally strong and working through everything.
Got time for a couple more. We'll go Pete and then Sam. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the winning game plan. It had seemed, at least from watching, that this Saints team brought a little bit more physicality than even the average. I understand football is a physical sport, but they were really, really physical today. How did you feel like the offense handled it, and what can this game maybe do for you moving forward into the playoffs?
Yeah, listen, I thought they were real physical too. I agree with you on that. They're backs to the wall, so they know that. You got two teams that need to win football games right now, and but I thought our guys bowed up and did a nice job. Be able to run the football like we did and throw the ball like we did, and we had a couple more opportunities that we let get by us. So I thought the guys did a nice job with that.
We'll go last, Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Andy. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about sort of red zone issues. Tonight, you scored 4 touchdowns on your first 4 possessions. Was there something specific that you emphasized in practice? Is it just the way it's worked out this week? What do we sort of attribute that to?
Yeah, things worked, I guess, in the simplest form. And, we were able to capitalize on it. I wish we would have gotten a touchdown the last one, but it worked out the ones before, and I thought the guys did a nice job with execution, and Pat made some real nice plays, and I thought the O-line controlled the line of scrimmage down there very well.
Hear us okay?
I can hear you.
All right, beautiful. Let's start with Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Patrick. Can you talk a little bit about the offensive line and how you feel like they did? Guys, it was a little bit patchwork tonight because of injuries. How you feel like they did? And Brad, I'll have a follow-up as well.
Yeah, they battled. I think that's the biggest thing. I thought they fought the entire game. They got better as the game went on. Like you said, the guys stepped up and really stepped into their roles and found a way to get us across the finish line. And so, obviously that's a really good defensive line, and I thought they did a good job of keep battling the entire game.
It looks like Le'Veon's going to play a bigger part in what's going on here now because of Clyde's injury. How do you feel like he's fit in during the first, 6-8 weeks that he's been with the Chiefs?
Yeah, he's been a great addition. You've seen him in spurts. He's been getting in, making plays happen when he's in the football game. And obviously we're hoping Clyde gets back quickly. But I think we have good guys in that running back room that will step up and really embrace that role.
Let's go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Patrick. After the game, the NBC camera, the broadcast camera caught you and Drew Brees having a moment on the field there. What was said between the two Texan kids there, and then how much encouragement did he give you?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of respect. Obviously I watched Drew growing up. I have the same financial advisor as Drew does now, and I've met him over the years, just got different things, and he spoke advice to me. For me, just showing him the ultimate respect. He's one of the best to ever do it. He's still doing it at a high level, and so it was a great game. And obviously we came out with the win, but it was a great game by him as well.
Let's go next to Matt McMullen. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Patrick, probably feels like a long time ago now, but you had the crazy third down conversion to Sammy early in the game, eventually led to a touchdown. Can you walk us through that play and what you saw on that one?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them. That one definitely Sammy was kind of my last read, and I got flushed out. I was running out to the right, thought I could get the edge, realized I wasn't going to be able to get there, and then I stopped and stepped up, and Sammy kept working. I was able to get him the ball. I mean, that's another play. I mean, you see those offensive linemen. I mean, they continue to work when I'm scrambling, doing all my different stuff out there, and you got to have guys that are going to continue to battle the entire game. And so it was a great job of them, and a great job of the receivers, and Sammy getting open.
Let's go next to Mick Schaefer. Go ahead, Mick.
Hey there, Patrick. The goal line pass to Travis, it looked like kind of a chest pass there. I was wondering the origins of that play. I know you watch a lot of college football. It looked like those college kids yesterday winning the Dr. Pepper thing at halftime.
Yeah, we actually ran it versus Denver on that Monday Night Football game a couple years back, and Kelsey got in on that one as well. And it takes a lot of practice. I mean, as far as getting the blocking right that quickly, finding a way to kind of push it in there. And I thought the guys did a great job of giving me a lane to throw. I got it to Kelsey, and he punched it in there.
Go next to Pete Sweeney. Go, Pete.
Hey, Patrick, congrats on the win. We've seen in the past few weeks that rather than maybe like old school conventional football, rather than running it with the small lead, Andy's giving you the ball and says, go win the game. I know you have interactions like with the LeBron James, for example, but how much do you relish that trust and opportunity to go win it?
Yeah, I think it's just trusting the entire offense. I mean, not only me giving me the chance to throw, but giving those guys chances to win. A lot of times in those 4-minute type situations late in the game with those small leads, you're getting straight man-to-man coverage. And so when they're bringing their linebackers up and trying to stop the run, we got to have guys win. And you see Travis win today, and you've seen guys win over the last few weeks. And so we got to be able to run the ball, obviously, and I thought we did a great job of that all game today, especially at the end there. And then whenever we get the opportunity to throw the ball, we got to execute.
Got time for 3 quick ones, guys, starting with Blair. Go ahead, Blair.
Hey, Patrick, 8-0 on the road this year could be the last road game you play for quite a while. What are the keys to this team winning away from Arrowhead?
Yeah, it's a mentality. I think it's all mentality. You have to come in with the right mentality that you're going to fight. You know it's going to be a dogfight no matter where you're playing at. And we do a good job of that, of coming in with that mindset, knowing not everything's going to be pretty. You're not going to get exactly what you want every single play, but stepping up offense, defense, and special teams and coming together to find a way to win.
Let's go next to Vahe Gregorian. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Patrick. Just by now, you guys have won, I think, the last 6 games by a total of 23 points. And just wonder at what point that starts to feel like a habit that is a strength instead of feeling like you just wish you had a bigger cushion.
I mean, I've always felt like it was a strength. I mean, you got to be able to win games in this league. I mean, that's it at the end of the day. I mean, it looks cool and it feels awesome to win by 20, 30 points. But when you have a team that can find a way to win with their offense, the defense, and special teams every single game and find a way to win no matter what the score is, those are the teams that make runs at the end of the year.
We'll go last to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about your red zone struggles. You guys scored on your first 4 trips to the red zone tonight. What stood out about your success there today?
Yeah, I mean, it's just execution. Being able to run the ball and then executing. And I thought we did a good job of both of those in the red zone today. And when you play defense like that, you know there are going to be few opportunities, and you have to make sure you execute when you're down there. And so I thought the guys did a great job of executing the game plan. The coach, Bieniemy, and Coach Reid called great plays, and we ran the ball whenever we needed to.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we will get started, and we'll start first with Matt McMullen. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Le'Veon. I'm just curious at the end there, chance to seal the game for the Chiefs. Was that the kind of moment you envisioned when you came here?
Yes. I was glad the coaches and my teammates kind of looked at me for to close the game, and I was glad I was able to go out there and do it. Those guys up front did a great job today. We was challenged with a good defensive front, so those guys handled it well. It was a great team effort today.
The next is Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Le'Veon, sort of related. These are very related, actually. You guys had some success in short yardage. It seemed like, I don't have the numbers in front of me. It just seemed like you guys were more successful in those situations. Curious what you attribute that to, and also sort of you just mentioned the tough defensive front. What's required when you face a unit like that?
Attitude. Obviously knowing going into a game like that, those guys can be tough up front. They're really stingy in the run game. I think the week before they kind of gave up a couple 100-yard runners. So we knew they would come in with a the motivation to stop the run and not allow that to happen again. And we had to come in with the right mindset, knowing that hey, we got to get the job done wherever we need, you know, whether we got to throw it, whether we got to run it. Today, really in the second half, we was called upon to run the ball a lot. I think the guys up front did a tremendous job of moving guys off the ball and creating lanes for me, 25 and 31, to get some lanes and make some plays.
We're going to take 4 more going right down the line, starting with Mick. Go ahead, Mick.
Hey, Le'Veon, I'm just wondering on the touchdown play, when was the last time you took an option pitch for a touchdown? And it seems like that Patrick's one of the guys that you got to still pay attention to even once you get beyond the line of scrimmage on that pitch.
Right, yeah, that play was really a fun play. I don't think I've ever had a play like that. I know in the NFL I've never had probably an easier touchdown. I seen when Pat kind of split the defensive end. I knew the defense would kind of draw to him, and also knowing Pat that he'll pitch that ball wherever down the field, you know. So I just kept running with him. You know, when he got a little bit of attention on me, just kind of pitched it. You know, and I just walked it in, really. Guys outside did a great job blocking. Everybody did their job. It was a successful play.
Next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Le'Veon, I have 2 questions for you. Number one is just what impresses you most now playing with Patrick Mahomes for almost 2 months now? And then secondly, just how did you experience Clyde's injury, and just how difficult is it for you to watch, given you've kind of been a mentor for him since you've come to the team?
Well, I think after the first, you know, how many games I've been playing here, I think Patrick is more impressive than I could imagine. I mean, you can watch him and, you know, get your idea off of him just watching him and playing. But I think me being in the huddle with him and seeing how he goes about his job and his work, how detailed he is, the throws he make, you know, he's even more impressive in person and playing with him and being his teammate. So I'm fortunate to be his teammate and be here. And then, yeah, when I seen the injury with Clyde, obviously, you know, I was praying for the best. It was an ugly way to get tackled. I originally thought it was his ankle at first. I'm not sure what it was, but, you know, he said his ankle felt good. So obviously we're going to see what happens. You know, I can't really speak too much on his injury. I just think, you know, obviously you're going to try working back, see what happens.
We'll go last to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Le'Veon, along those same lines with Clyde, did you say anything to him, or what kind of words of encouragement did you share with him? And then obviously there's going to be some more evaluation here, but if he is out, how comfortable are you now to pick up more if you're called upon in a featured role?
Yeah, after the game, I came talk to him. You know, he's in good spirits. You know, he's going to go get his MRI or X-rays or whatever testing he needs to get done. He'll have more information on that tomorrow or whenever that is. But I just kind of told him, you know, good game. You know, I'm glad you got the opportunity to play back at home. You know, he was happy, he's still excited, in good spirits. So I think, you know, him getting work back in and seeing where he goes from his injury, that's up to him and coaches, and we'll see where we go from there.
Hey, Andrew, congrats on the win. I was just wondering if you could detail some of the intricacies of moving over from guard to tackle going into this week.
Yeah, man, you're in a lot more space out there at tackle. So just had to get used to that. Certain looks, set more vertical, not necessarily on a 45-degree angle. So just been working that all week, shooting my hands, and it was all right out there.
Let's go next to Sam Mellinger. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Andrew. The Saints have a reputation, particularly up front, of just being kind of nasty, very tough. I'm just wondering, like, specifically against a group like that, how is your preparation different or your execution different, if at all?
Yeah, we had a great week of practice, and, you know, we know that this defense, this front seven in particular, is you know, number one in a lot of different categories. So it started with a great week of preparation, great game plan from Coach Reid, you know, and we executed it, and we ran the ball pretty well tonight.
Let's go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Andrew, there was a little bit of a pivotal moment there between you and Cam Jordan, with a little bit of pushing and shoving. He gets the call and gets ejected. What was going on between you guys during the game, and what happened in that episode?
No, man, he was just, he was bringing it all game. And, you know, I like to think I was matching his energy. And, you know, I was, you know, I had him in tight there. And, yeah, I wasn't letting go. And I think it got a little hot, a little heated. But it's not like we were really talking or anything. I think he just got a little caught up in the moment.
We've got time for a couple more, guys. Harold Kuntz, you're up.
Andrew, before the game, there was reports out of the Saints area that they wanted to turn this game into a street fight. I just want to know your thoughts on, did you feel like it was a street fight and did you kind of take the fight to them tonight?
Yeah, that was a game plan coming in. We knew, the only chance that we had against that front seven is if we took the fight to them. And we did, man. We ran for a little over 170 tonight. So, yeah, we took the fight to them for sure. It was a brawl too. Like you said, it really was.
We'll go last to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Andrew, good to see you. When did you know during the game week that you were starting? When did they officially tell you so you could mentally prepare for that? And then lastly, how would you evaluate how you did tonight?
I knew there was a chance when Mike went down last week in Miami. They chose to just put me out there. It's a position I played in college. I played a lot of right tackle, left tackle. I felt pretty comfortable at it, but it's been about 3 years since I got some good tackle reps. But I think I did okay. There's definitely a few that I'd like to have back. But like I said, out there in space, it's just a different game. So I think our line as a whole handled their front seven